as a little youngling girl. So, the first fact is that I used to be absolutely obsessed with stuffed animals, and honestly, I still am, and I buy them every once in a while for fun. Like, if I see one and I'm like, oh my god, that's the cutest shit ever, then I will get one. And this is my most recent stuffed animal purchase, if you will. It is a cutie little elephant. Elephant. Isn't he like literally the cutest? I got this from Target. It was only maybe like $12 or so, maybe 16, no more than that. But he is such a snuggly bear. I love him. I actually don't keep this one in my bed because I don't want to mess up the soft fur on him. He's so soft. But do y'all know what I mean? Like, if you're into stuffed animals still, like, you have one that you sleep with, and like the fur on it is kind of fucked up, but you don't care because like you've had it for a long time and whatever. But this one is almost more like a decoration kind of piece. Yeah, so that is the cutie. And back in the day, I would collect Webkins, like, heavily. And I had over 100 Webkins, like a psychopath. I don't know why my parents did that, why they thought that was okay. I'm sure they were just trying to be loving and supporting, but like, oh my gosh, I don't think I would let my kid buy 100 Webkins. Like, that's an addiction. But I would always want them whenever I went to like a zoo or an aquarium, just like stuffed animals in general, not just Webkins. But you know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh my god, look how cute the dolphin one is. I had a beluga whale once, like just the whole gang. And I feel like I'm just exposing myself in a lot of these facts because it's like these childhood memories that I remember, and it's like, oh wow, like only you would do that, Madison, kind of vibes. But I did a photo shoot with my Webkins, and you know those like circle chairs, circle chairs, and they kind of like have these metal bars at the bottom, and you can fold it flat, but it's like a big circle, and you just plop down in it, and it's just cute. Mine was like fuzzy and pink, and I set up all my Webkins on it and like took a picture with my camera and like got it developed, and I had like a whole album of like my Webkins. Jesus, like I used to name them, and you know, gotta love childhood me. What else? Number two is that I had hamsters growing up. I only had two. Well, technically just one was mine, and then one was my brother's. So my hamster, her name was Gracie, and I don't know the name. It might have been a Syrian hamster. Am I just making that up? She was gray and white and kind of little. I mean, hamsters are little. It wasn't the robo, because the robos are like this big. Like, excuse me, this is an animal. Like, it's like this big. Mine was like this big, little Gracie girl, and then Snowball was like a bigger one, and my brother had Snowball. So Gracie was in a baby pink cage, and then Snowball had a rainbow cage. So those are the vibes. And I also wanted to mention, I wrote down these things, by the way, so I was prepared for you all. But whenever I buried my hamster, whenever she died, I put her in a little soap box and I decorated it. I think I like cut out a piece of paper and then I like drew on it and taped it to it, so it's like a little whatever the green soap is, maybe Irish Spring or something like that. I don't know. But my homegirl was in a little box, and then I buried her in my childhood backyard. So we had this little like hill kind of, and then this huge rock on this hill, and then next to the rock there was like a series of like 5 azalea bushes, like pink azaleas, really pretty flowers. And yeah, so that was like their kind of grave site area, and then I painted a rock and I put it over there, like over her little box that was buried. Crazy. So, fun facts. Next, fact 3. testing on it, but I'm not perfect, so I just hope the popping is less intense. Okay, so the fish, I would like research them, I would look them up, I had an idea of like what they all looked like and like which ones they fought with, which ones they got along with, like are they gonna be good aquarium roommates. And there's this certain fish place by my house at the time, my childhood home. It was like 15 minutes away, but it was a place called, I don't even remember the name. It was like a freshwater, saltwater fish store, and it was like an official fish store, so it was way cooler than like PetSmart's janky section of fish. No offense, PetSmart, but that section looks a little scary to be honest. But these felt like really quality fish, and like the people that worked there really knew everything about fish and like how to run a successful environment. Also, do y'all see these shoulder pads in here? I don't really like that. Go away. Yeah, so I had like a 20-gallon tank or something like that, and it was a good time. And even cleaning it, like I thought that kind of stuff was fun, like cleaning my hamster's cage and like cleaning the fish tank. Like I've always just kind of enjoyed pet related chores. And whenever I was little, I would always, not even little, even to this day I like ask people if I can bathe their dogs, because a lot of people don't seem to enjoy it, and I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? Like I didn't grow up with pets, so like anything pet related I was always into. Like, oh, let's brush your dog, let's give your dog a bath, let's take your dog on a walk. And they're like, why do you want to do that? Man, shut up, y'all, I didn't have a dog. Number four is I used to play a teacher whenever I was little, and I had this little whiteboard, and it wasn't little, it was like the ones that you can mount on the wall, and I would just play teacher. I would make lesson plans for my class, and my mom is a teacher, so she had like bulletin board supplies and like just like various stuff and like little counters, like kindergarten related things. So I didn't really pretend to teach like young kids, I pretended to teach like middle school kids or whatever, like I would do, or even elementary. But I would make my class watch Magic School Bus, specifically the science ones, and like the weather one in particular, and I would make little worksheets. So I would take my class to watch the, movie TV learning session, and then after they would get a worksheet, and then we would go over it together as a class. Like I've always just enjoyed like imaginary stuff and like imaginary play. And this is another fact that I didn't write down, but I'll just say it. I'll tell y'all the truth. I used to like swim around in the pool and like pretend like I had friends, like animal friends or something, and like I would be the animal or something, like, you know what I mean, just like character playing, but as animals. Let me know in the comments if y'all did that, if y'all were imaginary kings and queens, or like what your favorite like childhood play memory is, like things that you like to do. Like, did you like to build forts? Did you like to make stuff out of blocks? Did you like to draw? Like, what is it that y'all liked? So yeah. Number five is I used to enjoy printing out Wikipedia pages, like whenever Wikipedia was new to me. Honestly, just computers in general, because at the time, do y'all remember, I don't know what age you guys are, like when you were brought into this world, but I remember desktop computers were like the household staple. Like if I went to someone's house, they only ever had like a desktop. Like I didn't really know much about laptops, or like if anyone even had one. So there's just like one computer in the house. So if your mom's on it, like you can't go on the computer because your mom's on it. But whenever it was like my turn to like be on the computer, I would print out literal like full-size pictures of, I don't even know what, like human body, like the world, like trees, like I don't even know. But I just remember wasting a crap ton of ink and paper, and I'm sure that was so expensive. And again, I feel bad that I made my parents like buy all this shit. Well, I didn't make them, they did it, but like looking back, I feel like that's really spoiled. But I guess they just wanted me to be myself, so printed out pages. And then my dad had an office at home, so I used his like three hole puncher, and then used to make these like dog breeder sheets, and I would look up a dog breed, so it might be like a Rottweiler one day, and then I would do like the dam and the sire, which is like the mom and the dad. I'm pretty sure those are the words for them. But I would do the dam and the sire and like name them and then do the breed at the top, and then I would say that they were having a litter of puppies, and then I would like include pictures of like puppies. So I would just like pull all these images off the internet and like create my own like advertisement sheet and be like, oh, they had 4 boys and they had 3 girls. Keep in mind I didn't even have a dog, so I guess this was kind of my way of like imagining like, I don't know, something. Next. Number 6 is I used to do art naked as a little kid, and I don't specifically remember doing it, but my mom has plenty of pictures of like me doing arts and crafts and like all that kind of stuff. So she bought me this red easel as a kid, and you know, I could paint on it, I could draw on it, do whatever, like, you know, like the pad of paper that just kind of like sits on the easel, and then like you flip the other piece like around the back. So those kind of vibes. So I've always enjoyed art and creating and like doing stuff like that. Next, number 7 is that I didn't like getting gifts as a kid, and the very first experience that I remember with this is a birthday party that I had. It was at a pet store. I know I had birthday parties at like ceramic type places, like Earth Paint and Fire and that kind of thing. But the specific one that I'm remembering is the pet store experience. And this girl in my class got me a doll, and it just felt like that wasn't the age that we were still supposed to be liking dolls. So I was like embarrassed that she gave me this doll and that I opened it in front of everybody, and that I had to like show that I was grateful for it and like not freaked out, you know what I mean? So like having to put on an act was really stressful to me. And I'm still the same way to this day. Like, I don't really like unsolicited gifts and like unsolicited things. Like, I like to plan a lot more. I feel like I'm getting better at letting go of control and stuff, and just trusting like if anyone's gonna get me anything, they should know me well enough to know like if I actually want something or not, you know. But I just get this like really deep guilt inside of me, like, oh my god, like they actually thought I was gonna like that, or oh my gosh, like they spent money on that when I don't even appreciate it or I don't even like it. So it's like they could have just not even gotten it for me and I would have felt better, you know. So I still deal with that feeling to this day, but you know, I'm not really getting gifts from anybody other than like my mom. So next is number 8, and this one is the fact that I am deathly shy, or was deathly shy. I need to remember these are about my childhood, not today, even though I still am pretty shy, like around certain people. Deathly shy, especially in school. So I don't know what it is, because I didn't really have much like trauma with masculine figures growing up, other than like psychological, I guess you could say. So I don't know what it is, like just masculine energy really freaked me out as a little girl, and I just felt like uncomfortable around men for some reason, and I like wouldn't ask to go to the bathroom in PE. So a little secret, I peed in the lunch line. Oh my gosh, oh my god, is my nipple out? Am I gonna have to edit this? I hope not, I'll be pissed off. Anyways, so I peed in the lunch line because I was so scared to tell someone that I had to go to the bathroom, and lunch was like at the end of the day, and I didn't tell anyone, so I just peed. Like, that's sad. And I know my mom had to like talk to my teachers and like get bribe systems kind of set up for me, like, oh, like treasure box whenever she talks, or you know, just stuff like that, to try to problem solve and make the environment kind of healthier and better for me to be able to speak. So yeah, that was definitely a challenge. And also, like, my neighbor freaked me out. Like, the guy across the street, he was like older and he would call me princess, and it just like made me cringe and like like, so I've been like that, I still get triggered by men, so I'm sure that's something I need to heal, but to be honest, I don't really know how to heal it, so whatever. Number 9 is that I sold bracelets on the playground in elementary school. So there were a couple different playgrounds at my elementary school. There was like one in the front and then one in the back, and this was the one in the back by the bus lane. Fun facts. And I, just like regular friendship bracelet material. So I had this cutie little sparkly pink cube that I kept my strings in, and I would do like order forms, like take orders of people, and they would tell me what colors they wanted, and then I would make like a business out of it. So like I sold them for like $1 to like $3. I don't even remember what it was, but at least $1. And like the slide type of situation, the slide, and then like the platform above that you can like stand on and walk on. So it was like directly underneath that. It was kind of like a lemonade stand type vibe. There's like a little counter, like maybe this big, so like not that big, but it was cute, and I just like set up shop there until someone told on me and I got in trouble, and I was not allowed to sell bracelets. Oh, so rude, right? I was just trying to hustle, like the fuck. But yeah, I guess it's a school rule that you're not allowed to sell things on school property, so they definitely ixnayed that idea. Number 10 is, I'm actually including a bonus number 11, so don't worry, there's still one more left after this. So number 10 is that gymnastics was the first time I actually remember and recall enjoying something and actually loving being there. So like I said, like I always did like arts and crafts kind of stuff, but there's something about moving my body and like being in tune with my body, like a presence and awareness that I developed through gymnastics, and I loved being there. I loved trying out different tricks and skills, and stretching has always been one of my favorite things, and it still is. I need to get back into it more because I just keep taking breaks, especially because I fell in ice skating like a week ago, and I'm just, my spine is out of whack and I just don't want to do anything right now. But stretching and like moving your body in that way is so good, and it makes you feel more grounded. So as a child, gymnastics was the first thing that I remember giving me that feeling, so it's very important. And I loved like how you would do a class and everyone got to like practice different things kind of in a rotation, like, oh, you do the wedge cheese mat, like back walkovers, and then you do the beam, and then you do the bars, and then you go stretch over here. Like I really liked the variety in it as well. So that is that. And bonus number 11 is that I absolutely hated sleepovers. Maybe no surprise here. Can y'all like pick up on that vibe that I was the type of person that didn't like sleepovers? I just got so much anxiety because I've always been the type of person, even today, that if I don't have my stuff around me and like everything I could possibly need, I get a little anxious and out of whack. Like I don't like going to other people's houses because I go and then I want to come back within like less than 2 hours of being there. So I'm just a very like me-centered person, and I like conditions to be kind of how I want them to be, and I want to be able to have like an easy out. And I've always had a hard time saying no to people, in the sense of like, not even no, just like telling them when you want to leave and when you don't want to be there anymore. So yeah, that's also why I like to just be in my space, because it's less pressure on that kind of thing, and take control of your own destiny out here. So yeah, also about the sleepovers, I hate sleeping on the floor. I hate that shit. Like if I'm ever on a vacation and people like want me to sleep on the couch, I get upset. Like that's probably so spoiled and everything, but I always just want like a good sleeping situation. Like my bad. Oops. Yeah. So that is it for tonight's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope this mic cover was decent. We're gonna watch it back and see. And I also hope that my titty was not out on camera, because I don't want to edit this. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching,